Hi, eighth graders. Welcome to your virtual affirmation. We are so honored and blessed to affirm each of you in this special St. Madeline Sophie tradition. We want each of you to know what a blessing you've been to our school and to our lives. And so today, each of your teachers have decided amongst themselves who gets to honor you, and they've put together a special video for each of you. Another piece of our affirmation tradition is to give you our book of blessings. And so each of you have a special book of blessings that all the kids have worked on at home, and we've put those together for you to know how important you are to us at St. Madeline Sophie. And I spent some time and decorated each and every single one of your covers so that that special tradition wouldn't be lost, even though we're working from home these days. So each of you have a special cover, and each of you have a special note in there from every single student. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoy your virtual affirmations. Thinking of each and every single one of you, I get a little teary thinking that you're not going to be here next year, but we are so impressed, and truly, each of you have touched our lives so much, and we are going to miss you, but we are so proud of you. So enjoy your affirmations, and remember, once a seraph, always a seraph. You're part of the SMS family. So enjoy your special messages today. Love you, boys and girls.
Rachel, you came to us last year in one bundle of energy. You wanted to sing, you wanted to dance, you wanted to do everything theater from the get-go. And I was delighted to have you. You started off with us in music class, quickly coming to the fore to sing at Mass and to play the hand chimes with skill and finesse. It was a joy to hear your lovely voice proclaiming the responsorial psalm from the ambo. And I knew that I could ask you at any time to pick up a hand chime and help our ensemble sound beautiful, especially on the difficult pieces. But I really got to know you when we started to work on Tarzan. You were eager to participate in any way that you could, and when we cast you as Young Turk, I knew we had a winner. You approached each rehearsal, anxious to learn, eager to contribute your creativity and enthusiasm. You tackled the gymnastic athletic choreography for this musical with gusto. And you were so excited to do Trash in the Camp, and it showed. But my favorite is still Who Better Than Me. We had such a good time creating the playful choreography together. You made rehearsals fun for me and for the rest of the ensemble. Your support and encouragement of your castmates truly made a difference in our whole rehearsal process. So when it came time to consider what musical we would do this year, I was thrilled with the prospect of Frozen Jr. I knew we would need 2 strong female leads that I could depend on to carry the show. This is a musical, after all, that is carried on female shoulders. And there was no doubt in my mind that you would be one of them. And just like in all your other classes, you took on the responsibility in stride. Oh yes, I've heard from your other teachers how they can depend on you to put in your best effort, to be a leader when one's called on, to be a champion for one who felt discouraged, and to be imaginative when one needed inspiration. And then, just as you were beginning your voice lessons, yes, you were determined to be the best Elsa this school would ever see. And I can't imagine anybody else in the role. The coronavirus shot us down. We had just finished all the choreography for Let It Go, and you nailed Elsa's flair and panache. We were on full speed ahead for Act Two. But when we all met at our first Zoom meeting, you responded with determination and fervor that this musical was going to happen somehow, some way. And for the past 3 months, you've worked diligently to help make it a reality as it changed from a stage production to a video. And when you told me your family was going up to Leavenworth and you were going to bring your costume just in case you could find some real mountains to film against, well, I wasn't really surprised. Once again, it spoke of the extra mile that is second nature in everything you do. So when I think of you, Rachel, I picture enthusiastic but grounded, talented but humble, determined but kind. It has been a joy to get to know you and work with you for these past 2 crazy years, and I cherish each experience. It will be difficult to let it go. I know that the future holds wonderful opportunities for you to share your gifts and your indomitable spirit. Thank you for the honor of being a part of your St. Matt's experience. Good luck. God bless.
Hello. It's my honor to speak on the behalf of Eric Kim. Being a middle schooler is challenging enough. I can't even fathom how difficult it was to leave home in Korea a few years back and do it in a foreign country. Now your American home. Imagine all the challenges making new friends, learning a new language, adjusting to a new culture, all while being a middle schooler. That could be brutal. Yet, just look at you now, Eric. Making new friends was a piece of cake, and you've done all these things with a smile. Your fellow 8th graders sure have appreciated you and accepted you with open arms at the beginning of this year. Mastering a new language? No problem. As you continue to become stronger at your English skills and to show your understanding with each new day, you asked great questions along the way. And maybe even some words would be best if you didn't know their meanings. Learning a new culture. Eric, you've got that down too. You've had no trouble fitting in, and you have a better knowledge of American dance and music than most. We all had the benefit of seeing your strong singing and performance skills during Mass each week, not to mention that sweet smile in class each day. You now have successfully completed middle school and can put that in the rear view mirror. I sure wish you could have had a few more years with us at SMS, yet high school awaits. Eric, you are a friend to all. You have a great sense of humor, are very kind and respectful, and hold a conversation with the best of them. Newport High School should be so excited to receive you, as we are proud to send and show you off. And you can show them your SMS SLEs of serving, leading, loving, and learning. Eric, I'm not sure what the whole future holds, but I'm certain of your goals. You have many gifts to share and so many skills: humor, charisma, critical thinking, and creativity. Newport High is so blessed to have you, and I, for one, can't wait to hear about all of your achievements. Eric, your presence shall be truly missed at SMS next year. Keep smiling, dancing, singing, and shining your light on the world, and please keep in touch. Love and hugs and many blessings ahead. Mrs. Shep, 2020, and here's a little rose for you. Here's a little happy graduation balloon, happy graduation, and a little unicorn of luck along the way. Mwah. Take good care, sweetie.
laconic, succinct, concise, reliable, loyal, cordial, honest, humorous. Certainly no few words or phrases can adequately sum up the remarkable person that is Sam Boyd. It has been my privilege to be one of your teachers for the past 3 years. In 6th grade, I met a shy young man beginning to find his way in middle school. His many abilities were somewhat under wraps then, but those abilities became more and more apparent as time went on. I was not surprised when I learned that you chose to run cross-country in the fall. Cross-country is a sport that very much emulates your personality, bringing out the best of teamwork while celebrating individual accomplishment. I know Aiden particularly appreciated your solid leadership and calming influence at the starting line before races began. I believe the public face of Sam Boyd can be very different from the face shown to those whom you've learned to trust and depend on. When speaking of you, your classmates inevitably mention your sense of humor. They recognize that your traits include kindness, as well as the ability to be a true friend. While you often appear to have a serious demeanor, your classmates all recognize and enjoy your great smile. This 8th grade year has been a very special one for me, Sam. I feel like this year I really came to know what an exceptional person you are. You are so dependable. There was never a task I requested that you didn't do your very best to accomplish. And those tasks weren't easy. Public speaking has never been your cup of tea. But when I asked you to do the intentions for our class at Mass, you stepped up and did an excellent job. When I needed an 8th grader to team with our 6th graders in science, you agreed and did an exceptional job sharing your knowledge and organizational skills to help your team succeed. But it was during our Quest for Space elective that I saw your many skills and attributes on display. No one in that elective was more insightful, more organized, and more successful than you were, Sam. I came to count on you, and I want to thank you for all you did to make this elective a success. Even though the pandemic kept us from sending our labs to the International Space Station this year, I have no doubt that your experiment would have successfully run in the microgravity of the space station. In closing, I want to congratulate you for all your accomplishments at St. Madeleine Sophie and wish you great success as you embark on what is sure to be an exciting and productive high school experience. Good luck, and God bless you, Sam.
Hello, Ashley. We did not know you long or well here at St. Madeleine Sophie, but we hope that you remember that we care for you and we wish you all the best in your future. It is a big challenge to travel to a new country in a new language in a new environment that's very different from what you're familiar with. No doubt English that you heard in the classroom sounded very different than what you had learned and experienced in your studies in China. And that was a great stress for you, but you sounded fine when you did decide to speak to us in English. We hope you know that. It's too bad that the coronavirus came and made it necessary for us to close the school building. It seemed like we were just beginning to feel more comfortable in our classrooms and with your classmates. And I'm sure that your English skills would have quickly improved because that's what usually happens when we have students who come here from other countries. We did, however, have enough time to see your kindness, especially with the younger students. They and we enjoyed your beautiful smile. We also saw the hard work you put into your classwork, especially in your writing and in your history project. And of course, there were your wonderful drawings and artwork. So we wish you well. Have a safe voyage home. Stay healthy. And if you ever return to the United States, please come by and say hello to us and tell us how you were doing. We'd love to know. All the best to you, Ashley. Bye.
Matthew. Seemed every single time I saw you around SMS, you were smiling. Can't even remember a time that you weren't smiling, and I should know because you took every opportunity to come say hi to me, any chance you could get over the past 2 years. I know I pretended like it bothered me, but you should know that sometimes it's exactly what I needed to get through another day of battling the weather while teaching PE. But this friendliness extended beyond greeting teachers. You made friends with other students in other grades and served as a role model for others. This outgoing personality and natural ability to make friends will serve you well, whether you take it to the world of professional basketball, esports, wherever your journey leads. I know you'll find success. Thank you for sharing your gifts helping out with fourth grade PE last year. Serving as a role model for this class specifically has helped shape them through fifth grade and now as they prepare to enter middle school. I know you definitely made an impact on them. So keep smiling and greeting others with such enthusiasm. The world needs your positive energy, especially now. I'm excited to see where your journey leads and know that you will continue to make a positive impact on those you surround yourself with. Thanks, Matthew.
Hello, Alex. Here you are, Alex, at the end of a very long career at St. Madeline Sophie School. Only you and one other classmate have been here as long, since pre-K, 10 years, nearly 3/4 of your life so far. During that time, you've seen many changes, many classmates and friends coming and going. And here you are ending your school career in the most strange, bizarre, and unimaginable circumstances anyone could have dreamed up. But you're still standing, you're still smiling, and you're ready to move on and pursue your dreams. I first met you in 6th grade in social studies. You were a quiet, amiable student, often smiling, alternately amused and bemused by the antics of your classmates that year. You were a good partner in class, helpful, and able to get along with nearly everyone. You could also be so charming and honest when you would tell me that you just hadn't gotten around to finishing your assignment, but eventually it would show up. Of course, you were in classes with me again during 7th grade, including social studies, but what I really remember about 7th grade is LA Lab class. That was with the famous 7th grade LA Lab table, where you and 6 of your classmates were surrounded by 3 tables full of 8th graders. But you 7th graders were a lively group. Yourself, Matthew, Aaron, Rachel, Sam, Kevin, and Sita. You would start each class as a group deciding who would get to sit at the table, since there were technically only 6 seats, not 7, and who would have to go over and use the desk by the window. You'd be doing all this while I would be getting the 8th graders started on their work for the day. I must say that I never knew that grammar and writing could spark so many crazy conversations. From this group of 7th graders, I learned about various foods, about gaming, about gadgets and gizmos, life in other places around the world, and even a few words from other languages. From you, Alex, I learned about your passion for sailing. I learned how to de-rig a racing optimist, along with other details about sailing vessels and equipment. We also swapped stories about skiing, and you would tell me about how you and your sister made such good use of the many snow days that we had that year. And I first also learned then about your dream of attending Rysbeck Aviation High School when you were assigned to write a practice admissions essay for high school. I secretly wondered how this would happen, because you still seem to be that charming, honest student who would smile and tell me, no, I actually didn't do that assignment yet. But that changed over the summer. One of the first conversations I had with you at the beginning of your 8th grade school year was when you came and somewhat apologized that you would no longer be in my writing class because you were moving into a higher math group. I was touched that you told me this way, but I was also thrilled at what you had achieved. It meant that you had put in lots of hard work and effort over the summer to master your math and be able to move up to the higher group. And that was a great accomplishment. This, your 8th grade year, you have had a goal to achieve, which was to be admitted to Risebeck, and you were determined and focused all throughout the year, and all of your teachers have noticed this. You have been on task, on time, and holding yourself to high standards of work, although adding a few more sentences to an essay or a report really won't kill you and really would make it even better. Just saying. You're still the person who is kind and helpful, loyal to your family and to your friends. You are a friend. You may not actually realize that's what some of your kindness and support have meant to others, about how they've appreciated and relied on you. Alex, we know you are a person who tends to avoid the spotlight, but we also know, at least until we had to leave campus, you are a master of the drums at school liturgies and a reliable deliverer of the mail from the parish office every day at noontime. These were examples of your quiet way of exhibiting your responsibilities around campus. It was also evident that you had outgrown this school, but that's not a bad thing. That's the way that it should be. For you ready to move on and take on the challenges and achieve success at Risebeck, for you accomplished your goal and will enter their school in the fall. Alex, I wish you all the best. We all look forward to hearing about your future successes, for I have no doubt there will be many. Even better, stop by and grace us with your smiling presence and tell us how you are doing. And whenever I see the sails out in the water, I will think of you and your family. Godspeed.
I first met you, Nathan, in music last year when you joined our class playing hand chimes. You were all in, paying close attention to what you needed to become a part of our chime ensemble. You quietly volunteered anytime we needed extra players and became a regular part of that chime ensemble. But I really got to know you when we began working on Tarzan, our musical. You came into class tentatively with a, I don't know exactly what this is, but I'm kind of curious look. We were just beginning to work on choreography, and you had no idea what that meant. Act like a monkey? Seriously? But as we got further and further into it, you became drawn to the telling of the story. You were almost always the first one into class, entering with a quiet reserve, not bounding in like some of your other classmates, showing a desire to learn about this crazy world of theater. And as the process of rehearsal went on, anytime I needed a small character part, a ship captain, a climber with vines, you volunteered and did exactly what I asked, and more. Because these were parts that we were creating as we were going along. So you asked pertinent questions. What's my role here? What did you need to convey? You helped to create the scenes with your suggestions and your interpretations. I came to know that I could depend on you to anticipate what was needed and take care of it. So when you signed up for the theater elective, we were in for loads of fun. We did a lot of improv, acting on the fly, voices, actions, making up moves, playing around with being someone besides ourselves. You seemed to really enjoy taking on a different character, assuming a persona other than your own. Needless to say, I was thrilled when you said you wanted to participate even more in this year's musical. When auditions came around, Well, it was no surprise that you would be our perfect Hans. You had already shown me the versatility in your acting that you could play both hero and villain. And where did that voice come from? Perhaps seeing John last year really go for it in Tarzan gave you the courage to let it go yourself. And when you first asked about singing Hans of the Southern Isles, I wasn't so sure about with a line of mean big brothers that goes on for miles. But you nailed it. And even more impressive than the singing, Nathan, was the preparation that you had already put into it, knowing that it would take diligence on your part to convince me to put it in the lineup. And though dancing had never been a part of your repertoire, you put aside any inhibitions and hesitations and approached our rehearsals with determination, as if to say, this dance is going to be the best piece of ballroom choreography our audiences had ever seen. Then along came the coronavirus. I don't know that you ever gave up hope that we would somehow pull it off. And as the plan changed from a hurry up and get ready stage performance to an all-star, albeit amateur, video production, your enthusiasm never wavered. You were always so appreciative of the efforts made by me and others that were laboring to make this musical a new kind of celebration. Now, I didn't have you as a student in your academic classes, but from what I hear from your other teachers, this responsible, respectful attitude prevailed in their subjects as well. I don't know if they were as lucky as I to see your creativity. Who knew there could be such a wonderful scene with a sword strike and a trampoline? To experience your sense of humor, to see how kindly you encouraged and supported your castmates, and how steadfastly you worked to make this dream a reality. It has been my honor to get to know you, Nathan. I trust the future holds great things for you, and whoever is privileged enough to work with you as I have will be lucky indeed. Good luck. God bless.
Hello. It's my honor and privilege to speak on the behalf of Jakey Fergaro. Jakey, I remember you when your family first came to St. Madeline Sophie, where I was teaching 5th grade then. Your mother would make that drive twice a day for you and Matthew. You were a bright-eyed 6th grader who was not really sure about attending a new school. And you were away from family and friends and your normal routines. Oh, this probably seemed to you as if to be living in a far distant land in a new home and a new school environment. You appeared to be rather shy and possibly feeling a bit overwhelmed, yet at the same time, you were quite polite and courteous. Yet, that was then and this is now. It has been a joy and a treasure watching you grow up over the years, from that rather shy and quiet 11-year-old to a mature, open-minded, and outgoing 14-year-old at SMS, who has continued to find his voice among his peers, teachers, and family members. We were also glad you decided to join us that year at SMS, where you have since found a community of peers and teachers who have appreciated and loved you, sharing your gifts and talents in the 3 years you have been with us. You have shown us your strength, courage, confidence, and kindness towards others, which shall serve you well in the future. Being able to experience seeing you perform in our school musical the past few years was also a true delight to your family, friends, and teachers. Who knew you had that natural ability within you? And with a sports and musical background, why not? You also shined at our weekly all-school masses, sharing your voice and chime skills, not to mention being a role model for our SMS SLEs of serving, leading, loving, and learning. I know that your family is very proud of what you have accomplished in the past 14 years of your life, and you are truly blessed for having their love and support along the way. They believe in your strength of heart and your true desire to believe in yourself and to stay grounded in your beliefs now and in your future journey. May you continue to challenge yourself in your academics and the true character of your heart and soul. O'Day is richly blessed to have your presence next fall. So, Jakey, as you venture forth in the world of endless possibilities for you, I wish you all the best that life has to offer. Your gentle smile, kind eyes, and generous heart shall truly be missed. May God shine his love upon you and give you all you need to find success in all that you will continue to accomplish and learn on your path. Love and hugs, Mrs. Shep, 2020. And I send you a rose, a graduation balloon, and a unicorn for good luck. Take good care, sweetie.
Demure, unassuming, quiet, friendly, cordial, affable, humorous, funny, entertaining. So many aspects of your personality, Jordan, and I'm certain I haven't referenced every one. We have a very unique student-teacher relationship. When I sat down to think about our 3 years together, I realized that in my 6 years at St. Madeleine Sophie, there was no other student who has spent as much class time with me as you have. We started together in 6th grade with science and math. I can't imagine Mrs. Ensminger could know what a gift she gave me when she assigned you to me for Math F. The young woman I met in math that year was not brimming with confidence. Included in the heading of pretty much every paper you turned into me included your name, the date, and the phrase, "I did my best." Clearly, you wanted me to know that even if you had made some mistakes, it was not for lack of effort. In hindsight, I think you were wise to remind me of this fact. You had abilities that you were just beginning to tap into, and over the next 3 years, your accomplishments continued to grow. In 7th grade, we continued our math and science journey together as we both were promoted to Math G by Mrs. Ensminger. You still used the phrase, "I did my best" when turning in work, but not as much as in 6th grade as your confidence grew. I think you began to become more comfortable letting your work speak for itself. You were always willing to take a chance, raise your hand to answer a question, and no one ever celebrated more when you got the right answer. I'll always remember how you would throw your hands into the air and your beautiful smile would spread across your face and energize the classroom. Ah, that smile. When you would smile, the room would light up, and that would happen with regularity. You truly have a joy for learning and for community. I observed it every day, and so did your classmates. Your classmates refer to you as being an amazing friend with a great personality. They reference your ability to make them laugh when they need it most. While having a subtle humor, you have a depth of spirit that brings a calming presence to our classes. One mentions you being a kind soul that could light up a room. All of us who come in contact with you see these special qualities that make you such an important member of the class. And then we both graduated to Math H. Knowing that this was likely the final year I would be teaching full-time, I was excited to have all the subjects I would be teaching use curriculum that I had taught at least once before. Little did I know that because of the efforts of your class, and you in particular, we would explore a depth of this curriculum that no class had reached before. And this was the case in every subject. You probably had thought you'd spent a lot of time with me leading up to this year, but somehow we managed to double our class time. We spent our third year together in math and science, added religion, and to put a cherry on top, you joined the Quest for Space initiative. I'm not sure how you found time to get instruction from any other teachers. You have been a gift to our class and this school, and to me in particular. Spending so much class time with you and watching you grow in academic accomplishment and maturity has been very special for me. We're not ending the year together as we had hoped, but you haven't let this pandemic slow you down. No one has done a better job of embracing distance learning, and because of your commitment to hard work and your dedication, you've ended the school year on a high academic note. You've always done your best, Jordan, and your work ethic and commitment to excellence will serve you well in high school and beyond. Good luck next year, and thank you for providing me with so many wonderful memories of our time together. God bless you.
Hello, Aaron. Aaron, when you first came to St. Madeline Sophie in 6th grade, you were not an unfamiliar face, for I'd already met you a few times when you came with your sister Malia, who went to school with us, of course, several years ago. And your family are longtime parishioners of St. Madeline Sophie. But when you came to St. Mads as a student, you quickly went to work making this your school. You arrived here determined to do your best and be your best, and you haven't stopped since. Making friends is one of your great gifts. In no time, you made friends in 6th grade and quickly moved on to making friends in 7th and 8th grade. Classmates and friends turn to you often for advice and support, and with few exceptions, you have been ever patient and empathetic with them, and I swear you became the unofficial counselor for last year's 8th grade by the end of the year. And as it turned out, making friends in your class has been an ongoing process, for there have been many friends who have left and many new ones who have arrived over your 3 years here. It is a credit to you that many of them identify you as the person who first welcomed them to St. Madeline Sophie and then went on to become one of their best friends. Teachers and students alike deeply appreciate your willingness to pitch in and chip in wherever and wherever is needed. What I particularly have appreciated about you is your ability to anticipate when and where help will be needed and volunteer to do it. Would you like me to fill in the blank is a marvelous gift and a wonderful phrase to hear. We also saw your determination, your grit, and your spirit when you wound up with your leg injured and you had to rely on friends to help you with moving your materials around campus and pushing you from class to class and navigating wherever you needed to go. Your enthusiasm was just that much greater when you got back into action, back on soccer and softball fields, dancing in the musical, flying around on the ropes course last fall, and generally moving around campus. I've always enjoyed having you in social studies classes with your natural curiosity and general awareness of the world at large. I will also remember the 7th grade LA lab table with conversations on topics generally not associated with grammar and writing. But neither last year nor this year did any of this ever distract you from writing your wonderful imaginative stories and poems, even with those pesky spelling errors. Art electives were an especially enjoyable opportunity to share with you, drawing and painting in previous years, and then calligraphy this year. I am so pleased to see how focused and disciplined you have been with your calligraphy And I'm glad you want to continue the practice even when we had to leave campus for quarantine. And of course, there are the musicals. These have been another of your great passions. From High School Musical to your wonderful performance as a jungle spirit last year in Tarzan. By the way, it was great fun painting your face green, yellow, and blue. And I know that you are a wonderful Anna this year in Frozen. You have kept up the hard work on your part, even after the disappointment of knowing it would not be performed on the stage. Finally, thank you. Thank you for sharing your voice as a leader of song at Mass. Thank you for your work in student leadership. Thank you for Safety Patrol. Thank you for being an MC and altar serving. Thank you for your kindness, patience, compassion, and humility, and your great sense of humor. Thank you for your sense of responsibility, of community, and your ability to make the best of challenges and setbacks. Bless you in all that you do as you move on in your life. I will miss you, Erin.
Taciturn, quiet, reserved, charming, thoughtful, helpful. Horns, you were truly beginning to come into your own when we were forced to move to distance learning. I remember how helpful you were when Ashley joined our class, working to help with translation and serving as a guide and a mentor. The months of January and February really showed your class and your teachers the potential for what you could be capable of doing. Your proficiency in English was improving, and you were able to more fully participate in everything we were doing. It is often said that adversity in life can either break us or buoy us. For you, the latter is true. Horns, your entire life changed. You moved halfway across the world, leaving all that was familiar. You had to learn a new language, food, and culture. You started a new school and found new friends you could rely on. That was and still is a difficult journey, but you keep on taking step after step on your journey as a young man. The pandemic we're experiencing made this continued progress impossible, as you were thriving in the 8th grade community that was no longer intact in the same way. We'll all miss you, Lawrence, and wish you all the best as you return to your home. Please know that you will always be a part of the SMS family, and we hope you are able to visit us again eventually. God bless you, Lawrence.
Well, James, here it is. You asked for it. The James Meyer Affirmation. I think it was sometime last year where I really began to capture your sense of humor, began to appreciate how your brain operates. Yeah, you drove me crazy for a bit, yelling across the playground and demanding I bring you coffee every day, but I always knew that you meant well, or just trying to get a laugh out of me, or somebody else. One day, it finally happened. I can't remember the exact details, but we somehow got on the subject of presidents, and you had never known that William Taft had gotten stuck in a bathtub. Somehow, some way, this led to some bizarre connection to Pokemon, and I had laughed harder than I had in a while. But your humor is not your only gift. Aside from your unique sense of humor, you excelled beyond your peers when given responsibility. Helping out with pre-K PE, you were organized, passionate, and led with your heart. Those kids love you. Days when you weren't in attendance, you were missed. As hard as I tried, I couldn't come close to the pre-K role model of Mr. James. So thank you for all your help and passion during that elective, as you made that experience better for everyone. Outside of the classroom, your heart led you to give back to your community. I was so impressed that you had chosen to apply and volunteer at Seattle Humane. That takes a special kind of person with a special kind of heart. You will definitely have some challenges ahead, but keep using that heart to guide you. I know you will find success. We've laughed, we've learned, and we inspired. It's been an absolute delight to guide you on your journey to discovering your gift of being a positive role model for younger students and helping those in need. I look forward to seeing how you use these gifts to change lives for others around you. With that, Big Blastoise is out.
Aiden, you are one of the most faith-filled students I have ever known. Your love of God and of your community knows no bounds. You always have a sincere prayer to start our day in morning homeroom, and being able to watch you serve your faith community at Mass is always a highlight of my day. You live out that faith in the way you treat others. You care deeply for your family and friends. Your empathy for others is such a gift. You often know what your friends are feeling even before they do. Aiden, you have given your full heart and soul to every activity you've done here at SMS. With Safety Patrol and as an open house ambassador, you took on extra responsibilities and showed us the leader you have become. Doing cross country and recess robots, you worked hard, competed well, and showed us what good sportsmanship looks like. I love how you've expressed yourself through the arts. You've been singing at the Mass Choir every year since 5th grade. You had so much fun performing in the musical each year. You were diligent in learning your parts and had a blast doing it. I hope you can continue these activities in high school. Aiden, you have left an impression on everyone. When I looked over the comments that were made to you in your book of blessings, so many of your classmates mentioned your smiles, your great attitude, and your willingness to try new things. You've always been fiercely protective of your classmates and remind us all to choose kindness, always. You remind me on a daily basis to be grateful for all the blessings we have in life. You've helped me find joy in so many things. Your positive attitude is contagious. And all of this leads to my final analysis. Aiden, you are a shining example of what it means to be a seraph and an amazing human being. I look up to you and will miss you more than I can ever express. Come back, visit us often, and make sure you bring all those great high fives with you. Love you, Mrs. Insminger.
To the esteemed class of 2020, congratulations, you guys. You did it. It's so exciting. You've graduated and you are all off onto your next adventure. I wanted to take a minute to tell each of you how blessed we feel to call you alumni. This 8th grade class is going to go down in St. Madeleine's history as one of the most kind, compassionate, inclusive, and faithful classes we have ever had graduate from here. And I'm not just saying this, you guys. The great care that you all take of one another is unlike anything that we have ever seen. And as you look forward to your future, please don't forget to hang on to one another and the history that you guys have shared here at St. Madeleine's. Now, the most important part of all, I now offer you the great honor of induction into the St. Madeleine Sophie Alumni Association. This card right here is presented to each of you, and it is a reminder that we expect you to keep us updated on your lives, and it also serves as a reminder that you guys always have a home here with us at SMS. You are Sarah forever, and we are proud to claim you as one of ours forever. So hang on to this card, okay? Good luck to all of you. We love all of you, and may God bless you in all of his glory. Congratulations, you guys. You did it.
As we do every year, we have a blessing for our graduates. May these days be totally cool as you look forward to life's next test. And may you give thanks to those who did their best to teach you something here in school. May learning linger in your head, and perhaps a little wisdom too. Be confident in all you do, and don't be afraid. Laugh instead. May you be wrapped in God's loving grace as the moon in a misty cloud. May you hear God's voice clear and loud in pilgrimage to his dwelling place. And may God bless you, the Father who created you, the Son who teaches you, the Spirit who guides you through life. Amen.